It's January deadline day and we're trying really hard to balance the books and not just keep spending money. Roll the intro. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sunderland FM22 save, and where best to start than the finances page, because that's where everything's going a little bit wrong. So far this season we have lost £56.5 million, which is, we've not lost it, it's not like behind the sofa, it's just had more expenditure than income, as it should be. Last season it was 52.3 million over the whole season. We're halfway through this season at the moment, £56.5 million, so not brilliant, but the overall balance has dropped to minus 45 million, which obviously means we've sold some people. But yeah, it's not looking brilliant. In terms of transfer debt, it's now 93 million pounds, so we have recouped some of that and lowered it down, which is great. Net debt 139, but overall we are making strides to making the financial situation at Sunderland a little bit better, and I've never really done this in a save, trying to actually obviously finish this save by winning the Premier League or the Champions League or both, which I still haven't decided yet, and trying to take care of finances. It's a little bit, I don't know, Football Manager 22 seems to be a little bit more cleverer in the fact that if you spend loads of money, you don't have loads of money every year to then keep spending, that they actually do want you to be financially savvy. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. If you're in the Discord, by the way, there's currently a poll going on about what sort of save we should have after this one finishes. So if you're not in Discord, links in the description down below, go and join that and get involved, or leave me a little comment and say what sort of save would you like to see in the future, so I can just get a bit of an idea from Discord, the main people that I interact with all the time in Discord, and the people that view the video that aren't in Discord. Let me know down below. But yes, let's go and have a look at some more transfers that have happened in January. So Igor Diviev did join Everton for £15.5 million. Can't remember if we actually covered that one off in the last episode, but yes, we make a tidy profit on him, which is very helpful for someone that only played twice for us. He's played twice for Everton and started very, very well for them. But Igor Diviev, he's out. He's no longer in our team. Mauricio Romao, whose name I'm getting wrong. Romao, I think it would be. Marcio Romao. I don't need to worry about it anymore. He's moved to Sheffield United. We cashed in. His potential dropped off a little bit. He wasn't progressing as I thought he would do. He wasn't getting much game time. We may rue to regret this, but for £2.4 million he's moved on, and we do have a few clauses in there as well that give us quite a large percentage sell-on if he goes. And I think, if I remember it rightly, he is a full percentage of the next sale, not just profit, it is full percentage of whatever they sell him for. And they probably will, because he does have pretty decent potential, but he's gone for now. He was never near our first team, as the game time suggests, 0. He played once in the Cup, once in Europe, got a 6.4 and a 6.6, so it wasn't brilliant. Happy to move him on. And the other one is Rasheed Salifu, who was a pretty highly rated striker in our youth team, but again, wasn't going to get any game time. We've actually got better, younger strikers than Rasheed Salifu, and his contract was expiring, so we've cashed in on the 18-year-old for 120k plus lots of clauses around sell-on fee and appearances and things like that. So yeah, he goes to join Preston, and he goes straight into their under-23s. He's probably not going to progress that much if he plays in their under-23s, so I'm not too fussed about losing him. And then the only in that we've done is, as we've lost Ben Johnson, and we've sold George Edmondson for quite a large sums of money, I would suggest, we've bought in Sergio Gonzalez, a highly rated wonder kid from Barcelona, to fill both full-back spots if needed. He's come in, played one game, got an assist, and got player of the match. So I'm quite happy so far. 7.6. He lacks a little bit in the attacking output, but in terms of defensiveness at the age of 20, he is really good. Great pace, good stamina, can get up and down the wings, and really involved in what he can do. Really highly rated potentially. I think we have some ludicrous optional fee. Yeah, 72 million. We're obviously not going to pay that, but yeah, he's in, and that's the only in we've done. Sergio Gonzalez, and it has helped us balance the books a little bit, but we do have Mark Guay still wanted, Max Aarons is wanted, Dane Scarlett is wanted now, and he's signed a new contract, and that hasn't put Arsenal off. So this deadline day is probably more going to be around actually controlling the club outs rather than ins. And if we do have a big sale, Sergio Gomez, for example, to Paris Saint-Germain for his release fee of £75 million, then we might reinvest some places and reinvest the money back into the team. But for now, who knows? We're going to take part. There's going to be no gameplay, no match in this one today. We do have Arsenal, I think, coming up in... Is it on? It might be on deadline day. Is it today? The 2nd. Is that today or is that tomorrow? Let's have a quick look here. It is today, but we're not going to be doing it. We're going to be purely focusing on deadline day, because I think we're going to have a few movers and shakers making bids for some of our players. And straight away, we're getting a bit of a news press conference. We'll be fine. We can handle playing Arsenal and having a game on today. 14 hours left, so... Let's come back in a sec and see if there's any news. So a first bid has come in with 14 hours to go. Man United have bid £42 million for Sergio Gomez, which, would go a long way to clearing our transfer debt. But given that he's probably the best player we've got at the club and the most consistent player at the club, I'm pretty sure they're going to have to pay his release fee. So we're going to go in with that. We're just going to negotiate it, send it back to them like that, and see what they come back to us with in terms of another offer. And it looks like they may have come back with something. No offers for Max Aarons. I just thought we'd try and maybe offer him out for a large sum of money, and nobody made a bid for him there. 46.5 and sign... No, hang on. I don't want to sign a replacement player first. I don't mind about that. But you're going to have to pay 75 million. You're going to have to pay 75 million. If you want him, you don't want him that much then, do you? You don't want him. That's his release fee. That's what you've got to pay. And if you're not willing to do that, then that is totally fine. As we've enjoyed a good season, are we going to use deadline day to improve the squad and go from strength to strength? Let's just see what the day will bring. Conor Gallagher's here. He's not moaning anymore. He seems to be happy within, and he's happy with how we're treating Max Aarons. So he has settled down rather nicely. I do think, given that this is our whole first team squad, the only people we're filtering out is those that are on loan, which is Harry Gardner. And in fact... Harry Gardner, even when he comes back, is not going to be anywhere near the quality for the first team unless he really improves on his loan. So this is our first team squad. It is a bit thin on the ground. We are heavily stacked in central midfield. Don't need to worry about that. Heavily stacked in the wide positions. I think we're looking good there. Strikers with Lorenzo Luca and Dane Scarlett. The corner that we're playing one up front and those two rotate, it's fine. If we get an injury, we might be in a bit of problems. Right back and left back, we definitely could do with a bit more recovery and maybe another centre back as well, because our centre backs are Lenormand, Guay, and Doyle. And obviously, Guay is also covering right back and left back for when Sergio Gonzalez or Gomez or Max Aarons are unavailable. So it's going to be interesting. But Max Aarons as well, while we're talking about fullbacks, Max Aarons is an interesting one. So there's clubs interested in him, but they only want to pay like 26 million. And given the fact that we bought him in for 38 and he's got better and played well, I'm not going to be selling him for anything less than like 45 million maybe, I think is a good price that we could reinvest in the team. But yeah, unhappy his high asking price stopped him moving to PSG. Well, I'm not selling you for 20 million to PSG just because you want to go. You've got ages left on your contract. 2028 is when it runs out. You're here for the foreseeable. You're still playing well even when you're pissed off. So really, I don't feel like you can force me into a move, Max, and you're going to be staying at the club until that is done. But we are going to go and have a look and see if we do have 10 million. Like, I don't want to be putting the club into too much debt, but we do have 10 million around and a pretty large wage budget as well. So there is options that we can go and look to potentially bring someone in to help out in a fullback position. Now, you'll see here, I've been searching by anyone whose contract's expiring. There's really not much happening there. I was looking to try and arrange some Bosmans. But if we look at everybody that is, unsure about moving to us. So they've got a slight interest, and we'll see how it goes. Let's filter by the fullback positions. Again, you're getting a little bit of a behind the curtain here. How do I go around doing player search and transfers? And this is it. Vanderson. Now, I do like people that have already got Premier League experience. I'm a big believer in that. They want £67 million for him. Absolutely no chance. But yeah, so we can look at it through. I'm a big fan of Matt Vienko, but getting on a bit now at 29. I would prefer to bring in a younger sort of player. Maybe a Frabotta who looks unhappy. Oh, he is unhappy at Borussia Dortmund. Could we get the best out of him? 6.9, 7.12, making, he's done well in the Bundesliga. They bought him for 7.75. How much is he? 27 to 36, and Ajax have offered 36.5 million. Wow. Well, he's going to be a little bit out of our price range then. We'll keep coming down and see what's here. Matty Cash, now at Southampton. Yeah, there's a few. Maxwell Cornet. So close to buying him, and then he went to Sheffield United, and look what he could have won. He could have been at Sunderland when we've been ripping up the division. Unbelievable. But, yeah, you know, we're getting down into our sort of price tag. There's what, Ruben Castro, listed for loan, and we could get... Now, this is an idea. We could potentially get him on loan and have our backups to be young, up-and-coming loanees. That's not a bad idea, that. I wonder what they want in terms of a loan. Because technically he'll pay back up to Max Aarons and Gonzalez will be back up to Sergio Gomez. And if we get a deal which is too much to turn down for either of them, then we reinvest that money that we sell them for. They want a player monthly. They like a clause giving Sunderland the option to buy the player for 16 million. Yeah, that's fine. We don't have to do that. You'll be probably an impact sub. So let's go for that. Okay, they're happy. We can afford that monthly fee. Maybe it's a little bit, you know... short-sighted to go for something like that. Mark Friedel at 27. Yeah, left back. We need more of a right back than a left back, to be honest. I saw Denzel Dumfries is still there. 29, but he does have a little bit of something about him. A really good season last year, and the season before, and the season before that, after they bought him for 12.75 million from PSV. If we could get him to reignite that sort of form, I'm just wondering if they've got... Is there a loan? They're reluctant to let him go. Yeah, okay. As I said, it's more about... I think two young loanees joining isn't going to really hurt the bank balance. And I feel like that could be a way forward that we do this. There is another one here. Zappa for Bayern Munich. Just caught my eye because I saw there was already a bid on him. 42.5 million. Transfer value 10 to 17. I wonder if Bayer Leverkusen are paying more because it's a rival from Munich. Again, it would potentially free up letting Max Aarons go. Let's just, if we ask the agent and just say, you know, we're interested. Yeah, 30 to 48 million, no chance. We're not doing any more transfers in January on the Never Never. We are making this, you know, we're going to make sure that we're being slightly sensible now. Marco Oturo Bologna. He looks like he'd be very good, according that he's in the Italian under-21s team. 37 under-21 caps at the age of 19. They're probably not going to want to sell him. Contracts not up until 2028. I'm just keen. This is 19 to 31 million. He's clearly going to be very highly rated. We'll put him on the shortlist for now. Let's crack on and see if there's any news. Okay, so the young fullback from Porto has been given a work permit, which allows you, as soon as they get a work permit, because you've got to agree or disagree the deal, you can actually go and see their stats. And he looks very similar to Sergio Gomez on the left-hand side. I think we bring him in. Again, pacey, stamina. He does lack a little bit in the forward tendency. He's not as good as tackling as Sergio Gonzalez on the left. But coming in at right back, I think he would be pretty useful. Because if you look there, he's so much better than what we've got in our youth system. I think it sort of makes sense to bring him in as a backup. No salary, a little bit of a monthly loan fee. He'll get game time here or there. I think that's a deal that makes sense. Angry about wasting a loan spot on a player who isn't close to being good enough. Concerned that the young prospects arrived on loan, potentially at the expense of the club's own homegrown talent. We don't have any homegrown talent at fullback. That's been the issue. Camavinga will make sure that you don't listen to those nasty fans. You're going to settle in nicely. I'm just going to go and double check that we don't have any good fullbacks in our youth system. So potential wise. Yeah, Tom Kearney, and that's the one we just looked at before. Physically, it's fine. Everything else looks pretty rubbish. So, yeah, he's not going to be involved. And actually, even our under-23s looks pretty small there. If we get rid of not a club, yeah, we have. I have not been paying attention to our youth team and saying who's here. I mean, yeah, even let's got a lot of grayed out players, a lot of unavailable players. Oh, because they're made. Yeah, okay. So they're up here. They're already in. Okay, we've got a really young under-23s team. No wonder they're struggling in the Premier Division. Okay, our youth academy I think needs improving. I think that's what we've just learned from all of that. Our sources claim you rejected a bid for Max Aarons. Is that as far as you're concerned, or will a big offer prove too much to resist? if we receive an appropriate offer, then anything's possible. I think that's the right thing to say. I'm not ruling it out. Again, no one's coming in for Gomez at his 75 million. I'm offering him out. He's not upset that we're offering him out. I think he's agreed to say that if someone pays his release fee, then that's fine. But other than that, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't really want to sell him, but if someone's going to pay us 75 million, then, you know, done deal in my eyes. So our fans have been polled. A Sunderland fan poll. Which position should be the priority to be strengthened? Defence 34%, midfield 34%, attack 32%. So generally what they're saying then is there's no standout position that needs to be improved. A couple of people here. Any position, just sign someone. We could use a boost at centre-back. Get a centre-back in, please. I think a centre-back is an option that we could do. Another fan poll. Fan polls all over the place. Should Gabriel Menino be signed? From him, 25 years old, doesn't look brilliant. My vote would go for no. My vote would go for no in that poll. So I'd agree with the majority, which is good. So the potential transfers out takes another twist as Man City are declaring late interest in Camavinga, which is massive because we've just got him playing really well. £85 million they're going to have to pay. I'm not paying him, not selling him for anything less than that. 83 million is what we've bought him in for. But yeah, we've just got him ticking this season. Not many goal contributions, but his overall play as that Segundo Volante has been absolutely superb this season. But yeah, Man City showing interest in him. And I am going to assume that Man City are still, you know, in the Champions League. So they can activate that clause if they want to. The Champions Group, yeah, they're in the knockout round, so they can still activate that. So, you know, 6 hours to go. This is getting a little bit squeaky bum time for us here. Max Aaron, Sergio Gomez, Camavinga, Dane Scarlett, all with interest, all with release fees. You just never know. Okay, an interesting one here. Taylor Harwood-Bellis, centre-back from Man City. He's currently valued at like £13.5 million. I made a cheeky bid of 0, and they've come back and said you can have him for 4.9 with a 20% next sale. I'm very tempted. 24 years old, English. If I can just... 20% of next sale is pretty massive. If we get rid of that and say you can have the profit of the next sale of 20%, but we're going to need you to pay some of his wages. Not that we actually need them to do that. I just want to see what sort of bargaining power we've got here. So total is 5 million, which isn't that much. Yeah, see, that then takes it up. As soon as you change that. Okay, so let's go percentage of next sale. We'll give you 10%. And again, we'll give you 2.5 million in installments, and we'll give you 2 million. So it's 4.5 million. Okay, they want 5 million and 20%. 2.8. 4.8 million and 10%. Well, that's more than you wanted before. Okay, let's keep the money the same. 15%. No, that's more than you asked for before. Okay, 5 million, 20% of the next sale. I sort of feel like that's a good bargain to have for someone that's valued at £13.5 million. He's going to come in as our third choice centre-back, but frees Mark Guay up to play as the cover fullbacks and stuff. It's another English homegrown player. Really highly rated. He's played a few games for them over the years as well. Played really well this season, a 7.3. Yeah, I'm hopeful here. I'm hopeful. We may have just found a real good bargain. And he only wants to be a squad player as well, which is really good. Hopefully, yeah. And he wants to take a wage cut. He's on 66 grand at City. Let's see if we can get him down to 50 as well. He doesn't want any sort of stupid bonuses. Like, okay, 27 grand an appearance fee is pretty stupid. Like, expensive. But, go on, take that 50 grand. Take that at 50 grand. And if we don't use you as a sub, you get an extra 11. Go on, 12 and 50. Go on, 12 and 50. Okay, 50 and 13. 50 and 13. Yeah, he just wanted that bonus. Okay. Wow, he's going to take a pay cut. And I'm excited. I think we've got a great deal there. I think we've got a great deal. If you think we've just sold Divya for 15.5 million and we're bringing in our homegrown younger centre-back for 5 million. Very excited by that. 6'2", good in the air, good at marking, decent tackling. Yeah, I'm happy. Very, very happy. I think we've got a good deal. I know I said I really want to stop spending the money, but Dwight McNeil is currently transfer listed at Newcastle for like 17 million, maybe even less. And I know we're their big rivals, but to bring in another option on that left-hand side would be brilliant. And Newcastle want 35 million. Oh, it's probably because we're rivals, I guess. The price is going to get 27 million. That's too much. That's too rich for my blood. 27 million's too much for me. If we just went, I just want to see if they're even up for negotiating here. And I know it's putting another transfer on the Never Never, which I literally just said I don't want to do. No, they're not. Nah, they're not chatting to us here. Right, we're going to go and play this game against Arsenal off camera, and we'll be right back to finish off deadline day. Only 3 hours to go. Okay, so we were fortunate to beat Arsenal, as it says there. 2-1. They had a better XG, more shots and more possession than us, but we come away from the Emirates with a 2-1 win. A Dane Scarlett double, which keeps his fantastic goal-scoring record up, gives us a 2-1 win, which was absolutely brilliant. And we can confirm the signing of Harwood Bellis, THB, joins Sunderland. So, yeah, very good. Dane Scarlett getting his 2 goals as well. Very well taken goals. And Pochettino is there looking at Camavinga, who is rumoured to be interested in signing. But with an hour to go, I mean, 1, it could send our whole season into turmoil if we lost Camavinga. And 2, he's going to have to make a bid pretty quickly if he's going to get this one done. But we have confirmed a new centre-back joining the club, which is brilliant in Harwood Bellis. Max Aarons is still wanted. Sergio Gomez is eased off a little bit. Dane Scarlett is still wanted. Camavinga is actually, he's not got Man City interested in him anymore, which is very, very interesting. But yeah, an hour to go. Let's see if there's any late drama. So there was no late drama on deadline day, and it is done. There's no more business to be done. But as you can see, lots of money out. Well, lots of money in, sorry. A little bit of money out in 5 million for Harwood Bellis, which I think was a no-brainer getting that deal done. I mean, you look at it now and he's 15.5 million to 19 million pounds done. He's at the right level, good player for most Premier Division sides. Lots of positives to look at. Very excited to see him settle into this team. It'll give us another option as well for rotation, which has been crucial this year. Him and 2 loans were what happened on deadline day. Wage expenditure, we're now up to 13th, but Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham, all dominating the big wage bills there. And the Premier Division, roundup, biggest spenders, Leicester, 86 million. Most players in, Leicester was 8, and most players out, 9 was Chelsea. The biggest deadline day deal, 22 million, Man City to PSG, was Riddle Baku, who is a very nice looking right back, if you do have to say so. And Zaniolo, Chelsea out to Real Madrid, 106 million pounds for the young Italian. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of money. Good profit for Chelsea, but how will they get on without him in central midfield? It'd be very interesting to see. But overall, I'm quite happy. Yeah, I'm quite happy. We look at the finances, 46 million in debt. Not too much has changed there. We've got a few little bits more money in. The transfer overviews that we go and look at. So, yeah, I mean, in January, we've spent a total of 5 million and 180k, which I'm quite happy. We've got in Van der Beek on loan, Sergio Gonzalez, Ruben Castro and Taylor Harwood Bellis. Only one permanent signing made in January, which is quite good for me. On the outs, though, you can see here, 120k, 2.4, 15.5, 15 million, 1.9 million, a couple of loans going out as well. So we have been clearing out a little bit of the deadwood. Have we left the squad too thin? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, there's a bit more interest in Camavinga again. Man City are back interested in him. But I don't think it's too thin. If we can get through, the league and deep into Europe, then we might start to see some injuries and suspensions crop up. But overall, I'm very, very happy with the business we've done. The squad's looking good. It will need strengthening for next year. We are only 2 points off the lead. We did... It's just that loss to Southampton in the last episode has really cost us. But we are in to the Carabao Cup Final, and that is when we'll be back to place Arsenal. Can we get Camavinga his £1 million bonus? Who knows? But thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the squad down below. Is it too thin? Are we going to struggle? But we're playing pretty well at the moment. Hopefully we can keep that up. We'll be back for the Carabao Cup Final. I'll see you then. Cheers.